Home again, home again, again. When shall I see my home? When shall I see my native land? I will never forget my home. That is how millions of people were singing thousands of years ago when they were taken from faraway Africa to Europe and the Americas. Their destinations were unknown. And that's why they wallowed and sang sorrowfully. Some came all the way to the United States of America, and when we look around, we have evidences. We have Westmore, the great governor of the state of Maryland, the United States of America. When we go to Brazil, we can see Ronaldinho Gaucho, a football superstar. But when we go to Argentina, yeah, stay with me. Argentina, known for football legends, tango music, beautiful landscapes, and strong European influence, is the second largest South American country. The first is Brazil. Its capital is Buenos Aires, which is the most popular city in Latin America. It uses the currency of Argentine peso, and today it has a population of 45 million people. Most Argentines identify as descendants of Europe, mainly Spain and Italy. That's why they speak a lot of Latin. Indigenous communities also exist across the country. But there is one question that has confused historians, travelers, and millions of people around the world for years. Where are the Black people? Why does Argentina appear very different from many other Latin countries with visible African population? Did Black Argentines disappear? Were they killed? Or is the truth far more complicated than the internet claims? Today, we uncover the hidden story of Black Argentina. Stay with me. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel where what we do is cook research and serve you great entertainment. If you have stayed with me this far, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment what next content you want for us to bring to you. Here we are back, and we're going to talk about the Black race of Argentina. Before Argentina became modern nation we know today, it was part of the Spanish Empire. During the 1500s and 1600s, Spain controlled huge parts of South America. Buenos Aires became an important colonial power, connecting Europe, Africa, and the Americas. And with European colonization came one of the darkest systems in human history, the transatlantic slave trade. Millions of Africans were forcibly removed from their homes and transported across the Atlantic Ocean, while most enslaved Africans were sent to places like Brazil, the Caribbean. Many also arrived in the regions that would later become Argentina. Between the 16th and 19th centuries, enslaved Africans were brought into Argentina through Spanish-controlled trade networks. Many came from regions that are today Angola, Congo, Nigeria, and other parts of West and Central Africa. These Africans were forced to work in homes, farms, markets, and colonial industries. Some worked as servants for wealthy Spanish families. Others were used for physical labor in extremely harsh conditions. But despite oppressions, African communities in Argentina built families, traditions, music, and culture. By the 1700s, Black people represented a significant percentage of the population in Buenos Aires and other parts of the country. Some historians estimate that Black and mixed race communities once made up nearly one-third of Buenos Aires itself. This means one important thing: the idea that Argentina never had Black people is completely false. Afro-Argentines helped shape the culture of Argentina itself. Their rhythm and traditions influenced music and dance across the country. Some historians even trace parts of tango's origin back to African musical traditions, mixed with European and local influences. African words entered local language. African traditions survived through music and celebration. Yet over time, this history became increasingly invisible. So what happened? Why did Argentina's Black population appear to decline so dramatically? The answer is not simple. Multiple historical events changed Argentina's demographics over time. First came war. Black Argentine men were heavily recruited into military conflicts, including Argentina's Wars of Independence and later wars in South America. Many died in combat. Then came disease. In 1871, Buenos Aires suffered a devastating yellow fever pandemic. Poor neighborhoods were hit hardest, including many Afro-Argentine communities. But perhaps the biggest change came through immigration and racial identity. During the late 1800s and 1900s, millions of Europeans migrated into Argentina. Italians and Spaniards arrived in huge numbers. Argentina's leaders encouraged European immigration because they believed it would modernize and whiten the country. This idea became part of national policy and identity. Over generations, interracial mixing increased. Many Afro-Argentines slowly became absorbed into broader mixed populations. Others stopped identifying publicly as Black due to racism and social pressure. The government and national media also helped create the image of Argentina as a white European nation. Over time, Black history became less visible in schools, media, and public identity, but invisibility is not the same as disappearance. Stay with me.
A rare photo of a Black Argentine woman.
Today, many internet stories claim Black Argentines were completely exterminated. Others claim they were intentionally sent to die in wars. While Black soldiers did suffer heavy casualties, historians generally agree the reality is more complex than a single conspiracy. The decline of Argentina's visible black population happened through multiple factors combined over centuries: war, disease, immigration, racial mixing, discrimination, and cultural erasure. But one thing is absolutely true: Black Argentines were never completely disappeared. Today, Afro-Argentines continue fighting for recognition. Activists, historians, musicians, and young people are reclaiming a history that was ignored for generations. New research has shown that many Argentines likely have African ancestry without fully realizing it. New research has shown that many Africans have schooled in Argentina and become great people, even though try to be buried in silence. Schools and media have slowly begun discussing the country's African roots more openly, and across Argentina, Black communities continue preserving culture, identity, and memory. So, what happened to Black people in Argentina? They were not simply erased overnight. The truth is far more complicated. Argentina's history was shaped by slavery, war, disease, migration, racial politics, and cultural invisibility. Black Argentines helped build the nation itself. Their influence still exists in Argentina's music, culture, and people today. And perhaps the greatest lesson of this story is that history does not only forget through destruction. Sometimes history forgets through silence. We've come to the end of this video, ladies and gentlemen. If it was interesting to you, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment your best part of this story and what you look forward to listening or watching next time. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.